When I think about the best advice I ever got, one person comes to mind. For over 30 years, this person has given me advice on being a doctor, being a parent, and even how to live years longer. And I know his advice can help you too. It took 4 years to get him here. I want you to meet Dr. Gerald Lamole. Oh, and he happens to be my father-in-law. He may be the single most influential person to shape and inspire my personal and professional life. Besides being the father of my wife, Dr. Gerald Lamole is one of the greatest cardiac surgeons of our time. A key player on the first team to successfully perform a heart transplant in the U.S. and a pioneer of bypass surgery. Dr. Lamole's progressive approach, merging preventive Eastern practices with Western medicine long before it was mainstream, has deeply influenced my own ideas about healing. And my father-in-law is responsible for a major family milestone. In the early 1970s, Rolling Stone dubbed him the Rock Doc, the first to use rock music in the OR to calm doctors and patients before surgery. His new title even spawned a question for the historic board game Trivial Pursuit. I wouldn't be the doctor I am today without the knowledge and guidance I've received from Dr. Gerald Lamole. Today, he's sharing his best advice with you, his secrets to great health that can change your life forever. Please welcome Dr. Lamole. I'm so happy you're here.
Happy to be here.
I got to talk to you about my father-in-law for 1 second. He's very humble. He's not going to acknowledge a lot of this, but so much of what we do on this show comes from stuff that you taught me. There would be no Dr. Oz show if it wasn't for this man. And I got to just speak to this for a second. He's not just a renowned surgeon. He was the youngest chief of cardiac surgery ever when he was appointed. You know, the first person to do bypass surgery in this part of the country. But besides being renowned for that, you're a renegade. You challenged orthodox medicine. You were one of the first people to argue that lifestyle made a difference. How did that come up? You grew up in Staten Island. I mean, you trained in orthodox hardcore medicine. Where did the idea come that alternative medicine could play a role?
Well, you have to blame my wife. And why don't you invite her here, for goodness sake?
My mother-in-law will not come on the show. I'll make another plea today. You're actually bait. I was using you to chum the waters to get her to come, but I couldn't trigger her. Picture's up here, by the way. That's my mother-in-law.
But actually, she was clipping. I'd go in the operating room. I'd be operating all day, and she'd be clipping little articles on prevention. You know, how lifestyle and food and diet could help and change your life and make you better. I thought it was quackery. I didn't believe that. But then when we saw through the years, as the evidence came back that they can make a difference, we saw like folic acid, a simple thing like folic acid that's cheap and safe, could have saved 18,000 children from getting neural tube defects over the years that they were finally approved and okayed by the Society of Obstetricians.
Well, how much time would there be between when you read one of my mother-in-law's articles that she'd clip out and when orthodox medicine would accept that, for example, folic acid made a difference?
Well, they always said there's not enough evidence, and it would just go, and it would be years, maybe 6 or 8 years. And we look at the risk-benefit ratio. If the risk you take is low and the benefit's high, then you try it. So the risk is very low for lifestyle changes, and the benefit's tremendous. So you really should incorporate that.
I remember when I was in med school, that there were doctors who were threatening not to send their patients to you because you were meddling with the practice of medicine.
Yeah, I remember that too, and I used to recommend low-fat diets and a high vegetable diet, and the physician's assistants would come and say, Dr. X said he's not going to send any more patients if you continue to discharge patients with that. I'd say let them, don't send me patients, but they keep on coming back because they got good results. So
it's stunning, isn't it, everyone, to imagine that there was a battle of that degree. I would love for you to share some of your favorite holistic cures, things that I know that folks are using all the time in the Lamole household.
There's a couple of things. I think that colloidal silver is an antibacterial, antifungal, antiviral, and it's really good stuff for if you feel an oncoming sore throat or even a wound. You can spray it on your wound or like that. Got you.
You missed on purpose. Come on, that's terrible. Up my nose.
And that's a real good product. And then the probiotic is very important. These are normal, healthy bacteria that you should have in your body, but because of the antibiotics we take, the processed foods we eat, the diet, what have you, we get unhealthy bacteria in our gut. And actually, not only does it probiotic help with digestion, but it actually can make you lose weight, because they've done studies that showed that healthy bacteria in your intestine actually can help you lose weight.